Good morning, students. Let's go for the next problem. It is a 14 marks problem. Okay, I'll read out the question. In the 14 marks problem, they will give the more number of expenses in different headings. As usual, direct material, direct wages, direct expenses, we'll take it to the prime cost. After that, we have to add factory overheads. In that 6 marks problem, factory overheads, they are given directly. But which are the expenses comes under factory overheads? All that many item is there related to expenses in the factory premises, that we have to identify correctly which expenses should be taken to factory overheads and which expenses should be taken to administrative overheads and which expenses we have to take it to the selling and distribution. That we have to identify correctly, then only you will get the full marks. If you take wrongly to the different heading also, final answer you'll get, but the marks will be allocated to the different heading. Prime cost separately, factory cost separately, cost of production separately, total cost separately, profit and sales. So you have to identify correctly which expenses comes under which heading. Already I posted the format of cost sheet. Please go through that format in detail, and by that, then only you can do the 14 marks problem easily. Once you identify the expenses under which heading it will comes, then the problem is very simple, very easy to do the 14 marks problem. Okay, so please concentrate on studying the material. What is that format what I given? Please read that format in detail, then you can do the problem. Okay, whatever I do the solution, before learn that, first read out the format. Okay, let's go to the problem. While reading itself, I'll mark which will comes under which heading. Okay, direct material. So direct material always will be taken to prime cost. For that I'll mention as a P. Direct wages, prime cost. Direct other expenses, prime cost. Okay, next heading they given rent. Here they insert divided. Factory separately, office separately they given. So factory I'll put F. For office I'll put A, administrative. Okay. Indirect wages. Indirect wages always factory expenses. Lighting also they divided, factory separately, office separately. So factory and administrative. See that depreciation on machinery. So machinery is used in the factory, not in the administrative or the selling and distribution. So we have to take it to the factory. Indirect material. Material also used in the factory. Foremen also worked in the factory. Repairs and plant and machinery, that is also in the factory. Office salary, it is administrative. Director fees, administrative. Next, postage and stationery. Stationery, postage, telegram, all that used in the office, so it is administration. Telephone also used in the office, administration. Depreciation on furniture. See, earlier they given depreciation on machinery, because machinery is used in the factory, so we taken that to the factory. But furniture is used in the administration, like a table, chairs, all that will be considered as a furniture, so it should be taken to the administration. So machinery is taken to the factory, furniture is taken to the administration. So administrative officer's salary, administration. Sales executive salary. Sales means sales and selling and distribution expenses. So it is, I'll put S and D. Selling and distribution. Traveling expenses. Traveling expenses also is given to the salesman. So it is also selling and distribution. Advertisement also comes under selling and distribution. Carriage outward. That is taking the finished goods to the market, that is also selling and distribution. Golden rent, that is also related to selling and distribution. Income tax paid. See, income tax paid is not a operating expenses, it is a non financing expenses. So income tax paid should not be considered. And dividend paid, it is also non-operating expenses, so it is should not be considered. Both income tax paid, dividend paid will not be considered in this cost accounting. Bad debts when it will come after selling, so it is comes under sales and selling and distribution. Counting house salary, it will comes under administration. Drawing office salary, it is comes under factory. Sales will take it to the sale. Okay, like this, first we have to identify which item comes under which heading. Okay, then you can go through with that format, just you can fill the amounts. Okay, now we go to the problem. See that direct material is given 60,000. Direct wages is given 22,000. Direct expenses 8,000. Total 90,000. For this total, we have to call it as a prime cost. With the prime cost, we have to add factory overheads to. Okay, I already wrote what are the expenses comes under the factory, because time will not be there to write. Okay, factory rent is given 6,000. Indirect wages 5,000. Factory lighting 1,200. Depreciation machinery 2,000. Indirect material 1,000. Indirect material 1,000. Foreman wages 2,000. Repairs to plant and machinery 1,000. Drawing office salary 3,500. Okay, after taking all this to the inner column, take that total to the outer column, that is 21,700. So 21,700. It should be added with the prime cost. So how much we have prime cost? 90,000. Should be add 21,700. You will get 1,11,700. 1,11,700. Once you had that, we have to, okay, once you had, then we have to take administrative overheads should be added with the factory or work cost. In that, office rent, office rent 4,000. Office salary 7,000. Writer fees 4,000. Postage stationery 500. Telephone charges 1,500. Then depreciation on furniture 500. Administrative officer's salary 4,000. Office lighting 700. Then counting house salary 2,400. Again, inner column amount should be take the total. It comes around 24,600. It should be added with the factory cost. If you add, you will get 1,36,300. Okay, now you will get cost of production. For this total, we have to call it as a cost of production. With the cost of production, we have to add all selling and distribution expenses. Okay, sales executive salary 6,000. Traveling expenses 2,000. Advertisement expenses 2,500. Carriage outward 1,000. Godown rent 1,000. Bad debts 1,200. This total 13,700. This total 13. So this 13,700 should be add with 1,36,300. Once you add, we'll get 1,50,000. Now we got the total cost. Profit should be added, but profit information is not given, but they are given sales. Sales is 1,65,000. So to get the profit, we have to minus sales minus total cost. So 1,65,000 minus 1,50,000. You will get difference is 15,000. That 15,000 should be considered as the profit. Okay. So once again I'll explain. First we have to take direct material, direct wages, direct expenses to get the prime cost. So you'll get 90,000 here. With the prime cost, always we have to add first factory overheads. We cannot interchange the headings. Okay, so we have to add factory overheads. So all the related to expenses related to factory, we have to take it here. That total should be added with the prime cost. Then you will get factory or work cost. With that, always we have to add administrative overhead. So which are the expenses comes under administrative office expenses? All that should be taken. That total should be added with the factory cost. So you will get the cost of production. Once you get the cost of production, you have to add selling and distribution overheads. So selling and distribution overheads, all the headings should be added. You will get the total cost. With the total cost, we have to, if profit information is given, we have to add the profit. If profit information not given, then they will give the information about the sales. So sales is given, just we have to take the difference between sales and the total cost. That amount should be taken as a profit. Thank you.